Good morning, class. So, in this video, now we will study the next physical property, that is electron gain enthalpy. In previous videos, we have already done with atomic radius and ionization enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy is just opposite to ionization enthalpy. It is the amount of energy released when electron is added to an isolated gaseous atom. We denote it is, or you can say that it is represented by EGE or delta H EG, and it is expressed in kilojoules per mole. Why electron release energy? Because when we add the electron, there are already electron present in the atoms. Due to that, there will be repulsion between two electrons and they will release the energy. First electron gain enthalpy is negative, while the other successive electron gain enthalpies will be positive. Why? Because there will be repulsion between the electrons already present in the anions and electron being added. Means this repulsion will increase now. So, for many electrons, the energy is released when an electron is added to the atom, and therefore electron gain enthalpy is negative. For example, the elements of group 17 have very high negative electron gain enthalpy values, because we all know that they have a strong tendency to accept an electron, because after accepting one electron they acquire the stable noble gas configuration, so they will become very happy while accepting one electrons, and they will release a large amount of energy. So their electron gain enthalpy is very high. It means that very negative, because more the negative value of electron gain enthalpy, higher is the tendency to add an electron. Clear? On the other hand, noble gases have large positive electron gain enthalpies, because they have no tendency to accept the electrons. They already have the stable configuration, and they do not want to disturb that stable configuration. That is why they have the positive electron gain enthalpy. Means we need to give them energy if we want to add the electron. Instead of releasing, we need to give them the energy. So suppose we are having one isolated gaseous atom of oxygen and we are adding one electron in this, it will release a large amount of energy, that is approximately 141 kilojoule per mole. So this minus 141 kilojoule per mole is the electron gain enthalpy of oxygen. Now if we want to add one more electron in oxygen, that is an oxygen ion O minus, then this time it will release plus, then this time it will need plus 780 kilojoules per mole. Means this time we need to give them energy if we want to add electron. So that is why the electron gain enthalpy will become positive. So electron gain enthalpy can be negative also and can be positive also, depending upon the condition. The magnitude of the electron gain enthalpy measures the ability of an atom to hold an electron, additional electron. If an atom has more tendency to accept an electron, large energy will be released. Okay, electron gain enthalpy will be highly negative in that case. On the other hand, if atom has less tendency to hold the electron, then small amount of energy will be released, leading to a small negative value of electron gain enthalpy. And if the atom does not have the tendency or does not have the nature or does not want to add the electron, then the electron gain enthalpy may be positive also, like in noble atoms. Now what are the factors which affect the electron gain enthalpy? So the first factor is atomic size. Students, we know that with the increase in size of the atom, the distance between the nucleus and the incoming electron increases. So as a result, there will be less attraction from the nucleus. So if there will be less attraction from the nucleus, the electron gain enthalpy will decrease. It will become less negative. So with the increase in size, the electron gain enthalpy decreases, because when there will be more size, then there will be less nuclear charge, or you can say the attraction from the nucleus, and electron holding capacity will decrease, and that is why electron gain enthalpy will also decrease. The second factor is nuclear charge. It is just like atomic size. The reason is just like atomic size, that when the nuclear charge decreases, the electron gain enthalpy also decreases. Clear? This is due to the greater attraction from the incoming electron of nuclear charges high. Then it means then when the nuclear charge increases, the electron gain enthalpy increases, and when the nuclear charge decreases, the electron gain enthalpy also decreases. So you can say that electron gain enthalpy is proportional to the nuclear charge, but it is inversely proportional to the atom, just like ionization enthalpy. Okay, third factor is electronic configuration. The elements, those are having stable electronic configurations or half filled or completely filled valence subshells, so very small tendency to accept the additional electrons, because they do not want to disturb their stability, and thus their electron gain enthalpies are also very less. It means they are less negative. Clear? Clear? Okay. Now we will see the periodic trends. What are the periodic trends? When we move from left to right, that is along a period, we know that atomic size decreases. Because atomic size decreases, so what will happen here? Ionization enthalpies increases. Okay, because more negative as size decreases, so it will become more negative because the size is decreasing. So if we talk about the first period, that is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon, so it is increasing. The ionization and enthalpy is increasing, means it should be more from that from lithium. The beryllium should have the more negative energy. From beryllium, boron should have the more electron gain enthalpy. From boron, carbon should have, and so on. But what happened here, we can see one exception also. What is the exception? That instead of beryllium is having the high electron gain enthalpy than lithium have the high electron gain enthalpy than beryllium. Why? Because beryllium is having the fully filled electronic configuration. If you write the electronic configuration of beryllium, you know that the electronic configuration will become 1s2 ns2. So ns2, this is fully filled, that is why it has a less tendency to accept the electrons, so its ionization enthalpy will also decrease, and lithium will have more ionization enthalpy than beryllium. Same with carbon and nitrogen. According to the trend, nitrogen should have more electron gain enthalpy than carbon. But here carbon is having the more electron gain enthalpy than nitrogen, because the electronic configuration of nitrogen is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. 2p3 means p orbital is half filled. So nitrogen is having half filled stability, due to which the electron gain enthalpy will also become 0 over here, and beryllium is also having the 0 electron gain enthalpy. And last, noble gas, that is neon. According to trend also, it should have the higher electron gain enthalpy, but here fluorine is having more electron gain enthalpy than neon. Why? Because neon has the fully filled stability. The electronic configuration of noble gas, that is neon, is ns2 np6, so p is fully filled, that is why it does not have the tendency to accept the electron. So this is the reason that its electron gain enthalpy is positive. Clear? It's very less. Now when we move down the group, we know size increases. Because size increases, so nuclear charge decreases, and so as the electron gain enthalpy also decreases, so it becomes less negative. Okay, so according to the trend, fluorine should have the more electron gain enthalpy than chlorine, and chlorine should have the more electron gain enthalpy than bromine, and bromine should have the more electron gain enthalpy than iodine. From chlorine, the trend will go on as usual, but in fluorine and chlorine, again there is an exception. Fluorine should have more electron gain enthalpy, but here chlorine is having more electron gain enthalpy. Why? The reason is that the size of fluorine is very small as compared to the chlorine. So when the electrons will try to, when we will try to add the electrons in the fluorine, so there will be large repulsions in fluorine. So fluorine will not accept the electron due to the inter-electronic repulsions. That is why the electron gain enthalpy of fluorine will decrease. Same will happen in oxygen and sulfur also. According to the trend, oxygen should have the more electron gain enthalpy than sulfur. But actually the sulfur have the more electron gain enthalpy than oxygen, because the size of the oxygen is very small as compared to the sulfur. So there will be inter-electronic repulsions when the electron, we will try to add the electron in oxygen. So that is why the electron gain enthalpy of oxygen will decrease. Clear? As I've told you. Clear, students? So this is the trend. When we move from left to right, that is a longer period, the ionization enthalpy increases, and when we move from top to bottom, the ionization enthalpy decreases. The trend will become same as we have seen in ionization enthalpy. In electron gain enthalpy also, the trend will remain same. In this video we will study about electron gain enthalpy only. In next video I will explain you about electron negativity. Thank you.